Welcome to the Aquaflow Crypto Lab. Let me remind you the current situation of XRP. Since the end of November, we've been trending below the bull bear market line in blue. This line had been our support since the breakout of July of 2020. Remember that we hold it as a support here and then we bounced every time we touched it. But now that we are below the line, the dynamic of the price action has changed and the bull market support is now a resistance. You can see we crossed it and then we started using it as a resistance before being rejected. After crossing the line, we went straight to the EMA 180. This is exactly what happened in the past. We crossed the line and we went straight to the line. And you can see it even better if we go to the Poloniex chart. It was to the tick of the candle, right? We crossed the bull bear market line and then we went straight to the EMA. And if we look at the current situation, right now we are bouncing between both lines, and this is exactly what we done in the past. Because if you have a look, we crossed it, we bounced, we used it as a resistance, and then we stayed between the lines for a while before being forced to make a choice. And we did made an attempt to cross above the bull bear market line, but it was a failure and we got rejected. And if you are really paying attention to the details, you see that we were making lower highs compared to this high, then to this high, and finally to this high. So we were still in a downtrend. This is how you could spot the fake out. Another important detail is the price of the fake out. Here, the top of the price. Look, if we take it here, you can see that this is exactly the level that we are trying to hold right now. You can see it here, here, and here. And so far, the price was able to go up every time we touched this level, but we are still making lower highs, guys. Okay, so you need to be careful with this. If we go back to the Bitstamp chart, you can see that we could anticipate the bounce to the upside thanks to our buy signal that we coded in PineScript for TradingView. If you missed the video about it, I put a link in the description. In addition, we have the 180 exponential moving average that was telling us that we could have a bounce to the upside. And this is exactly, guys, what happened. However, this is not enough to reverse the trend. I cannot say it more clearly. I already told you that we crossed the bull market support, and before being hopeful again, we have to cross it back to the upside. So as far as I'm concerned, in the past, we know that we had three phases for the bear market of XRP. First, we have this phase, then we went sideways for a while before having our low. Currently, we have a very top, just right here. Then we went straight to the moving average in orange. And right now, we are going sideways. So we have two scenarios. Either we cross the red resistance that we have, that has been rejecting us to the downside again and again. So either we cross this area and we make it to the moon zone like this and we start going up. Either we are not able to keep this level as a support and we cross it to the downside to make a new low. You see that in the past we made an attempt to go above the bull market support, but we failed and we went lower. And currently, if I have to compare the phases, you understood that we have here phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3, right? And right now we are in phase 2, okay? Does it mean that we will have a phase 3? Of course it doesn't, because as you can see, we could almost make it above the bull bear market line, and here if we were able to keep this as a support, we could have gone higher, right? But we couldn't, and that's why we went lower. And here XRP has a second chance to retest the bull market support and to go higher. This is why we can't predict if we will go up or down. Right now we have a strong bounce. This is pretty good, but we are still below the last resistance band, so we cannot make any prediction. Right now we have two scenarios here. Either we are able to cross it and we go up, either we are not and we go down. And if we go down, we know for a fact that we have the mountain indicator that is catching every bottom here, local bottoms right here, the very bottom of XRP right here. If we zoom in, you can see it here. Here it was the ECC sell-off. It caught the very bottom. So we know that if we go down, this would be our target. I know what you will say. You will say that I'm saying that we will either go up or down. This is pretty funny because I can't be wrong with this. But right now, what you have to understand is that we are in a transition area. There is a lot of indecision in the market. So nobody knows at the end of the day where we will go. That's why we need to be prepared for both scenarios. If we go down, we have our target. If we don't, then we will talk about new highs. And this is, of course, the best scenario that we could have. You know that we are in the crypto lab. And in the crypto lab, we are making experiments. And this new tool, the red band, is experimental. And this is why I am also using additional charts to confirm my custom models. So let's switch to the Moonshot chart. The Moonshot chart is more conventional, but as you can see, it is very accurate. And right now, this is one of my most powerful charts. If you've been following this channel for a long time, you know that we've been tracking this chart for months now. As a reminder, every time we have a cross between those two lines, we have a big move in the market. As you can see here, it was the yellow line crossing below the green line. And we had a strong move to the downside, and XRP made a very low compared to Bitcoin before having another cross, but this time it was the yellow line going above the green line and we have a moonshot. Then we avoided the cross, but the yellow line touched the green line and this triggered a second moonshot for XRP. Here it was a third moonshot. It was a smaller one, but it was still pretty strong. And here it was the yellow line going below the green line. This was a signal for a sell-off. And so far we know that XRP made a very low here compared to Bitcoin. And since this price, we've been trending to the upside. Well, we can't really say to the upside because as you notice, Hence XRP is making lower highs. Okay, so technically we are still in a downtrend, but so far XRP is going sideways, but we have still lower lows. So there is a contraction of the price, and this is the premise of a strong move that is coming. Also, if we have a very close look to the current situation, nothing has changed. You can see it here. We have been rejected by the green line 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. Okay, so we can definitely say that before being hopeful for XRP again, first we need to go above the green line. This would be the very first time that XRP is able to do so, guys, since here it was in March of 2019. It has been a very long time, almost 3 years, guys. That's why we need to pay attention to this. It seems that XRP wants to test the green line, and this will be decision time, because if we are able to test it, then to go above it and to use it as a support, guys, this will be very positive for the future. Right now we are above the yellow line, which is always a good sign, especially because we kept the yellow line as a resistance for a very long time. Now we have a breakout and we are using it as a support this time, which is very good, and we made a new high compared to this high. So XRP is showing some strength against Bitcoin, even if XRP chart for now is pretty bearish, as you can see. But against Bitcoin, it's starting showing positive signs. However, it's still too soon to be hopeful. Again, we first have to go above the green line. As long as we stay below it, there is no reason for being excited. I know that it's hard to deal with this idea, but we have to stay level-headed, guys. And as long as we are making higher highs, we are still in a downtrend. This is pretty good to see XRP going sideways, because it means that the momentum of the downtrend is reducing, but we are still in a downtrend. And as long as we don't see XRP reversing the trend by going higher like this, we have to stay level-headed. I hope it's clear. If you like the content, please subscribe to the channel. That's all for today's video. It's time to leave the Crypto Lab. Thanks for watching. Do not ever be afraid to make new experiments. And if someone tells you you're crazy, just tell them. Time will tell.